Trump is doing exactly what I said he would do. And to be fair, a lot of people were saying this. He is already laying the groundwork to steal the election by claiming that any votes counted after Election Day should not count. Watch him here talking with reporters.
It would be very, very proper and very nice if a winner were declared on November 3rd instead of counting ballots for 2 weeks, which is totally inappropriate, and I don't believe that that's by our laws. I don't believe that.
I don't believe that's by our laws. Totally inappropriate. This is how they've been counting the ballot forever. If you recall, back in 2016, about a week after the election, Hillary Clinton then surpassed the popular vote over Trump by 1 million votes. But you may ask yourself, wait, didn't Hillary win by more than 1 million? Yeah, she did, because the final vote didn't really come in until the end of December 22nd. It's official, Clinton swamps Trump in popular vote. The actual count here, by almost 2.9 million more votes. 48.2% to 46.1%. It took about 2 months to count all the ballots. This has been going on forever. And by the way, imagine it was reversed. Imagine Hillary Clinton won the Electoral College, but Donald Trump won the popular vote. Can you imagine the freak out from Republican politicians, from Republican voters, the freak out that they would still be having to this day, and they'd be doing everything they can to change how the election is decided, moving it to a popular vote, which, by the way, should be done. That's how the vote should be counted. Whoever wins the popular vote should be the president. But of course, they prop up this undemocratic system because it benefits them. It really shows you, by the way, how incredibly weak the Democratic Party is. And by the way, the base. Voters should have been out there for months on end. Donald Trump didn't win the election. He lost the popular vote by 3 million votes. Why is he the president? Why does he get to have now a 6-3 majority on the Supreme Court when he did not win the popular vote? But no. This is how the process works, and nobody complains. Or if they complain, they don't go any further than that because it involves doing some actual work. Donald Trump here tweeting out the day before he was on television today with that stupid comment, saying here, big problems and discrepancies with mail-in ballots all over the USA must have final total on November 3rd. Of course, he's not referencing anything. It's total BS. It's such BS that Twitter had to correct him by saying some or all of the content shared in this tweet is disputed and might be misleading about how to participate in an election or another civic process. They have to correct the President of the United States about how voting works. They are going to do everything possible to steal this election, and you are already seeing it in a state like Wisconsin. Wisconsin can't count mail-in ballots received after Election Day, Supreme Court rules. Court sided with Republicans in 5-3 ruling, awarding party a victory in crusade against expanding voting rights and access. He didn't even need Amy Coney Barrett for this vote. This will just continue. If Trump is leading on Election Day, they are going to do everything possible to steal the election for him because they know that mail-in ballots heavily favor Joe Biden. Most Democratic voters believe in science. They're afraid to line up at a poll for 3 hours with a crowd of people. So they are mailing in their ballot. Many of those ballots may not arrive till after Election Day, may not be counted on Election Day. And they're going to do whatever they can to steal the election if Trump is leading with same-day voting on Election Day, which is why I've been saying for months as well. If you can vote in person, vote early in person, or hand in your ballot in person. Ensure that your vote is counted. Don't mail in your ballot on Thursday, which, by the way, Wisconsin here, you're able to mail in your ballot up till Thursday. Your vote's not going to be counted. If you're mailing in your ballot on Thursday, it's not going to be counted on Election Day. So don't do that. Vote in person. Do what you can to ensure that Biden is leading on Election Day. And to show you how ridiculous this decision was, let me read part of Brett Kavanaugh here, his opinion on this. He says, quote, "Moreover, particularly in a presidential election, counting all the votes quickly can help the state promptly resolve any disputes, address any need for recounts." How can you address the need for a recount when you don't have the final results? He is saying here, you can't count the votes past election day because what if you need recounts? How? But you don't have the final vote yet. So how do you decide you need to recount when you didn't count all the votes to begin with? And begin the process of canvassing and certifying the election results in an expeditious manner. Completely insane. Kagan here, thankfully, comment earned a sharp rebuke from Kagan, who said, quote, "There are no results to flip until all valid votes are counted." Of course, Kagan's exactly right. But they don't have the majority, so it means nothing. This is what's going to happen. They're going to try and steal the election. As I've been saying for months, they're going to try and steal the election. That is the only hope Donald Trump has. Biden is leading him by 10 points. He is even inventing new battleground states like Arizona, Texas, Georgia. There needs to be a massive turnout on election day. The votes have to be counted on election day. If your ballot arrives late, don't count it being part of the process.